Hey, Midwest Picker here. Another What Sold on eBay video. I'm going to do a new series, 25 things that you can sell on eBay right now. So these are just 25 items. I believe these are from May. You'll have to check the title. I'm not sure. But these are things that I sold. Now, why do people watch these videos? Well, if you're a reseller, whether you're new or not, you don't want to source a bunch of junk that doesn't sell. You want to know what actually sells. Now, I know like eBay, you could look at sold comps and see what actually sold 90 days. I believe it's a look back. Some of those solds are scammy. Not all of them. Majority of them are legit, and it gives you a general idea. I tell you where I sourced it, what I paid for it, and what it sold for, and how long it took to sell. You can't get that from the eBay comps, not really. So this is valuable information, stuff that you can source and you can sell. A lot of this stuff too that I sell is just stuff laying around the house, stuff that people gave me for free. I don't exactly source everything from flea markets and auctions and estate sales. Some of it is just stuff that I have already. So if you're new to the channel, this is Joey. He's my sidekick. He whispers in my ear if I say anything wrong, and I'll correct it and I'll edit it out of the video. So let's get right to it. The first item is underwear. Who doesn't love underwear? So this is an unopened package of boys. I think it's called Good Nights. It's for boys that are incontinent, who wet the bed. Nobody wants to wear a diaper when you're 13 years old. So these are very thick boys underwear that absorb the urine. Very expensive. I don't know where I got these. I found them in a tote in my garage. I don't know if someone gave them to me. I sourced them at a garage sale. I don't know. But they sell very good. These sold for $39.95. Now I know what you're thinking, Dave. What if I find these outside of the package? Well, you're going to have to list them as used, and that goes against eBay policy. So no bueno. They have to be sealed in the package. Next is this ephemera lot related to the country of Israel. I don't know where I got this. I think I won it on HiBid as like a whole lot of ephemera stuff. It's a map of Israel, a song book, just a bunch of stuff. Took detailed pictures, detailed description. It took a while, but it did sell. And I forgot to mention those Goodnight boys underwear. Those took about a month to sell. This is really a lot of paperwork. This took a long time. This took about a year to sell. So if you have storage space, ephemera doesn't take up any room at all. I recommend you store it indoors, climate controlled. Don't store that stuff outside. The humidity, the mold, it can destroy ephemera. So this did eventually sell, but it took a long time. Sold for $42. And I don't remember the shipping. You're going to have to look at the picture on the screen, whether it's free shipping or I charge shipping. I've been doing a lot of free shipping just to get rid of inventory, some dead stock, stuff I don't want to source anymore. So I know you're going to see items for $7, $8 free shipping, and you're thinking, Dave, how do you make any money on that stuff? I don't. I break even. I might even lose a few bucks. It's either donate it to a thrift store or sell it. And I decided to sell it because you might get a repeat customer for something more valuable that has a better profit margin. Next is the John Deere manual. Sold this for 16 bucks. I think I took a best offer. Got it for free. My friend that was cleaning out his pole barn gave me a big stack of manuals and parts catalogs. You wouldn't believe how these things have been selling. They sell like crazy. Next is a Joe Camel die-cast semi-truck. Comes in this plastic display case, $49.95. I believe it's shipping on top too. I've got two of these. One of them was my dad's, so I'm keeping that. The second one, I'm not really sure where this one came from. Took several months to sell. I think 6 months to sell. But if you can find these out in the wild and get them for $2 or $3, maybe $5 at the most, you'll see Joe Camel stuff at garage sales, flea markets all the time. Most Joe Camel stuff's not real valuable, but if you can get umbrellas and jackets and die-cast semi-trucks, watches, that stuff does sell pretty good. Next up is Nikon lens caps. These are brand new, sealed in the package. I got these from an estate sale. If you watch my previous videos, I think I got them for like $1 a piece. Got like 10 of them. This one sold for $15. Easily goes in a little padded envelope. No problem. Took about 2 months to sell. This one I took a best offer of 12 bucks. This is a Nolan Ryan Pepsi fan. So this is very fragile. It's ephemera, cardboard-ish. I think there's 2 in this lot. And this is just a giveaway, I guess, at the ball games. Very hard to find. You're not going to find a lot of these out in the wild. They are very collectible, but they're not worth a ton of money. I sandwiched it between 2 pieces of cardboard, put it in a poly mailer, gone. Next is an oil can.
He said oil can.
Oil can what?
So I won a Singer sewing machine on Hybid. It's actually sitting in this box right here. I didn't know it came with all of these accessories, little plastic boxes of, I think they're called bobbins, and little pieces and parts that go with the sewing machine. And there was also this oil can in there. And it's empty, but it's in really good condition. I think I listed it for $22, $22.95, and took a best offer of $17, gone. Next is a tool. This is called a punch. I think it's SK brand. Took a best offer of $10. Got this from my sister for free. Thank you, sister. If you go to a garage sale flea market, you'll see a lot of tools, a ton of tools, and some of them are hard to identify. This is just a piece of metal. It looks like a pencil, and these are called punches. It won't even say what it is on it. It'll have the brand. That's about it. Maybe a serial number if you're lucky, but if you see these are punches. Snap-on, Starrett, SK, maybe Craftsman if it's a whole set of punches. They do have value. Pick them up if you can. Took about 4 months to sell. Next is this collector plate, sold for $14.95. Way old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old video going back. I sourced a giant 40-gallon Rubbermaid tote of these collector plates, and I know collector plates are like horrible to sell. These do sell. They're kind of old. Demand, some of them are like 2 inches in diameter, 3, 4, 6, all different sizes. My cost of goods was 18 cents a plate. So I thought, you know what? Like 62 plates, did the math. I thought, sure, I'll buy it. And they've been selling. It didn't take long to get my money back. Next is this pair of shoes for $24.95. These belong to Mrs. Midwest Picker. Joey doesn't need shoes because he has no legs or feet. She bought these new, still in the box, the little shoe box, threw it under the bed because they didn't fit. She forgot to return it. Found it a year later and said, here, sell this on eBay. So what's my cost of goods? I don't know. Came out of the household budget, so I'd say 0. This took a while to sell. I'd say about a year. Next is this single Sony tape for $9.95. This is blank media for a camcorder. This does sell, but it's very slow. So if you're looking for quick flips, this is not it. You usually get these really cheap thrift stores, garage sales, 25 cents a piece, 50 cents a piece. If you've got the storage space for it, it's not a problem. This took about a year to sell. So if you've got the room for it, go ahead. This is definitely not a home run. This next one is a Spode plate. This broke my heart. I almost cried in the thrift store. Sold for $14. Probably a best offer. I probably had it listed for $16.95. Went to a Honey Hole thrift store. This plate had a sticker. It said like 6 set of 16 for like $4. And I'm looking all over. I went up and down that glass aisle 3 or 4 times. Somebody bought the other 15 and left this plate behind. So this was the only plate. I took it to the cashier. I said, is there any chance the other 15 are around here somewhere? And she said, no, if it's not in the aisle, it's gone. So she charged me $1 for it. And I thought, oh my gosh, could you imagine having 16 or 24 Spode plates in excellent condition? That'd be hundreds of dollars. Well, not this time. So this took about, I'd say 6 to 7 months to sell. But if you can find that brand, and you've seen if you've seen my previous videos, Villeroy and Bach and Spode and Elizabethan and all kinds of glassware, sells for very, very good money. Next are 2 Starbucks mugs. I tend to shy away from these, but I did look this one up in the thrift store and they sell for pretty good money, 20 to 30 bucks. So I sourced it super cheap, like $4. It only took about a month to sell. Listed it for $25.95, I think, and I took a best offer of $20. So normally I tell you, don't buy Starbucks coffee mugs. There's a billion of them out there.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
But some of them do sell, so you got to look them up. Use Google Lens if you're out and about and take a picture and look up comps. Some of them aren't worth anything. Some of them are worth pretty decent money. Next one's another Starbucks mug. This one $20. Again, probably a best offer, or I sent out an offer. This one took like 4 years to sell. I don't know if these are called World Cups, but it'll say like Beijing, China, Paris, France. They take forever. Sometimes they're damaged. People will break these and then they'll repair it with super glue, and then they end up in a thrift store. So you have to be very, very careful. Inspect them closely. Next, for $35, Villeroy Bach. I think this is a sugar bowl and a creamer. Probably another best offer. I don't usually list anything with zeros. This was probably $39.95, and I took a best offer or sent out an offer. If you don't know, Villeroy Bach, very collectible, very sellable. Salt and pepper shakers. The best thing I ever sold, I think, was a ceramic coffee pot. Sold for $90. You can usually source this brand at lots of thrift stores. You're not going to see them at garage sales too often, maybe on high bid. Get them if you can. This took about a year to sell. Cost of goods is zero because this is consignment with my mother-in-law. She gets 1/3 and I get 2/3. Next are TDK blank cassettes, sealed in the package. Very important. I never thought these were going to sell. Now this is a weird one because I had these in my eBay store for like 2 years. And off camera, they were stacked on top of these little drawers in a little container. And they were not selling at all. And one day, I had to dust and clean the eBay office because Joey doesn't believe me, but I do clean. And I touched that package of cassettes, and I picked them up, moved them, did a little dusting, and I put them back. They sold in an hour because I touched them. Now, if you look at my YouTube shorts, if you go to my YouTube channel, I got videos, shorts, true stories, community tab. Go to the shorts. I believe it's in shorts. And I have a video about quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement. Is it true if you touch something in your inventory that it'll sell? I'm not going to give it all away. You got to go check it out. Next is this little wooden tiki statue. If you didn't know, the subject tiki is very collectible. If it's a t-shirt, a coffee mug, a wooden statue, a figurine, lamps, coconut mugs and cups, especially with Disney. Disney used to have like a tiki world or tiki bar. Any menus, anything to do with tiki is very collectible. If you don't believe me, look it up on eBay. This is a little tiki wooden statue. I have no idea what I paid for it. Probably $2. Took about 2 years to sell. Sold for $22.46, probably because it was on sale. Next are these tobacco cards. Took a best offer of $17. I went to a live in-person toy auction. Got a ton, a boatload of tobacco cards. What's really cool is that they're in these plastic protective sleeves in a 3-ring binder. Normally, if you find tobacco cards out in the wild, they're just loose, like in a tin or something, and the corners are bent and they're creased and they're dirty from fingerprints. These were well taken care of. If I didn't mention, I took a best offer of $17, probably listed it for $19.95. Took about 3 years to sell, but I have a ton of them. So it's just a waiting game. If you got the storage space and they're in excellent condition, I recommend you buy them. Next one's toner, $15. I do not recommend this one.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is very, very hard to move because technology changes so fast. This is like a commercial toner cartridge. You have to look at the picture to see the color. I got this at like a Salvation Army. It was kicking around on the bottom of a shelf. Got it pretty cheap, like $5. Listed it high and kept marking it down, marking it down, marking it down. It's been in my eBay store for like 2 or 3 years. Eventually, I took an offer of $15. These commercial toner cartridges are like 3 feet long, so shipping is crazy. My advice, avoid them. Next is a vacuum cleaner filter, $17.95, still new in the package. Better price than the stupid toner. Very small. Yes, people still own vacuum cleaners that use filters and bags. We have a Shark vacuum, I think. That's just like it spins around and you don't need bags or anything. But they do own these. People keep vacuum cleaners for years, 20, 30 years, and it's really hard to find bags and filters for them. So they will sell. This took about 4 years to sell. Cost of goods was $2. Next is this single cup, $12.95, Villeroy and box. So I have coffee cups. I'll sell them in lots of 2, 4, and individual ones, but like 20 available, 10 available. And people buy 4 or 6 at a time, volume discount and all that jazz. This guy wanted 1. Okay, whatever. Just one. I guess he broke one and needed a replacement. Sold. Took about 6 months. Cups and saucers, $22. Villeroy and Bach. I just mentioned that. So this must have been the best offer. Usually I list it $24.95, $26.95. Sold for 22 bucks again, 4 to 5 months it took to sell. Next is VHS blank tapes, $9.95. I do not recommend these. I know they're going to sell eventually. People still want them, but the market is saturated with them. I find these at thrift stores all the time. Pay $2 or $3 and then you sell them for $9. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It took like 4 years for these things to sell. I don't recommend them. Next is VHSC. I think that means compact blank tapes. Sold for $12.95, still sealed, new in the package. Got them super cheap, like 50 cents. Took a couple years to sell. Again, I don't recommend it. So that's the video, guys. No big home runs. My next video, I'm going to have a massive home run, $150 item. I do pretty good sourcing on Facebook Marketplace, but most of my sourcing is high bid and thrift stores and flea markets and people just giving me stuff. So that's the video, guys. I hope you learned something from that. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell icon. Any comments from Joey? I about put him to sleep. So if you're not a reseller, this video can be pretty boring. You can use this video as a podcast too if you want. I do that all the time. But until next time, see ya.